Welcome to Federal Pro. This is part 3 of our primer on corrective actions. In this episode, we're diving into suspensions of 15 days or more, as well as demotions, removals, and other adverse actions. Let's get started. Federal Pro is not affiliated with any agency, and any information shared is not legal advice. In everyday language, just about any discipline can feel adverse. But in federal employee relations, the term adverse action has a specific meaning. It refers to actions that are appealable to the Merit Systems Protection Board, or MSPB. There are two major buckets to keep in mind: unappealable disciplinary actions and appealable adverse actions. Unappealable actions include short suspensions of 14 days or less and letters of reprimand. These are handled through less formal procedures. Appealable adverse actions, like removals, demotions, or suspensions over 14 days, fall under 5 U.S.C. Section 7512. They require more formal steps, and employees have the right to challenge them at the MSPB. This does not mean there is no venue to seek redress for disciplinary actions, simply that an MSPB appeal is, except in rare cases, not an option. When proposing an adverse action, certain rights kick in by statute and regulation. The employee must receive 30 days advance written notice, unless there's a criminal exception. This just means that an adverse action can't be put into effect until 30 days after an employee receives a proposal notice. Employees must have at least 7 days to respond. They also have the right to reply both orally and in writing, to be represented, and to receive a written decision at the earliest practicable time, including any appeal or grievance rights. Step 1. The proposing official issues the written notice. It must clearly cite the legal authority, outline the charges and specifications, and identify the deciding official. It must also state the proposed penalty, list reply deadlines, and inform the employee of their right to representation. This is a formal document, and accuracy is critical. These rights form the backbone of due process in federal corrective actions. Each one is essential to ensure fairness, legal defensibility, and agency credibility. Next, the employee responds to the proposal. This is step 2. The employee gets no less than 7 days to respond, and the response can be written, oral, or both. The agency is required to give reasonable official time to prepare the reply, summarize any oral response, and provide that summary upon request. And importantly, the reply can be done virtually, in person, or even by phone. Let's talk more about oral replies. There is no legal requirement that they be in person. There is no calling of witnesses, and there should be no inquiry-type questions or negotiations. While agencies must make reasonable efforts to accommodate an employee's or their representative's schedule, they're not expected to jump through hoops. Balance is key. Fairness without disrupting operations. The employee can choose a representative, but there are limits. The rep cannot cause a conflict of interest or disrupt mission-essential work. Most often, this is a union representative or attorney, but it could also be another person willing to represent the employee. Step 3. The deciding official thoroughly reviews and contemplates a decision. They review only what's in the record, the proposal, and the employee's response. They must determine whether the charges are supported, whether the action promotes the efficiency of the service, and evaluate aggravating and mitigating factors, using the Douglas factors as a guide. Step 4. The employee is provided the decision in writing. This document will contain all pertinent information to include appeal venues and timelines. We will go into more detail in later videos about delivery methods and generally accepted assumptions on receipt date. Pro tip: if the employee has a representative, you should provide a copy of the decision to that person at the same time it is provided to the employee. Check your CBA and agency policy. Here's an important boundary. The deciding official cannot impose a more severe penalty than what was originally proposed. However, the deciding official can choose to lower the penalty, even if the charges are sustained. Penalties must always be reasonable, based on the evidence, and aligned with similar cases. There is no fixed roadmap for progressive discipline. Corrective action is just that. Corrective. In serious misconduct cases, removal may be justified even on a first offense. Always consult your collective bargaining agreement or agency policy before proceeding. Employees have several avenues for challenging adverse actions. They may appeal to the MSPB, file a grievance under a union contract, initiate an EEO complaint if they allege discrimination, or contact the Office of Special Counsel for prohibited personnel practices. These processes are not mutually exclusive, and multiple claims can run at once. That concludes Episode 3 of our primer on corrective actions. This wraps up this series. We hope this helped clarify the procedural flow and legal standards for adverse actions. Keep an eye out for our next video, and remember, keep honing your craft. Thanks for visiting our channel, Federal ER Pro, the Craft of Casework.